Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're just going to be doing a get ready with me. It's not really any exact reason behind it. I just really wanted to do my makeup and use what I was in the mood to use and just kind of chat. I wanted to talk about videos for December, or Blairmas is what I called it last year, and just kind of get your opinion on it. And we'll use some things from the Sephora sale that you've seen me use already, most of it, but we'll try it again. And we're just gonna chat. So if you are interested in getting ready with me, please stick around and keep watching. And if you're new, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, I'm gonna do some Anastasia brow freeze. I'll just kind of brush through them, brush them up, and then we'll fill them in later. So I actually haven't filmed in a few days. I had the last few videos you've seen, I batch filmed them. I filmed them all like kind of right in a row. So I haven't been filming. But the last video I believe that you've seen before this one is the one where my grandma was on my channel and I did her makeup, and that was just the most special video ever. And if you were one of the sweet people that watched and commented on that video, thank you so much. That was so nice. I have wanted to have her on forever, and she lives in Georgia, so she lives a few hours away from me, and I don't see her here at my house that often. In fact, she had never been to this house before, and it's just kind of hard logistically sometimes to get her here. And it's much easier for me to film when I'm in my setup with my lights and everything, because it's just kind of hard to pick everything up and take it to her. But anyway, so I'm so happy that she was able to be on. And so many of you loved that video, so thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. I would love to do more people's makeup on my channel, of all ages, anybody. In the future, I still, and several of you asked about this, I would love to have my mom on. In fact, when I was filming that video with my grandma, she was in the room. She was sitting like right over there. So there was part of that video where I was kind of talking. I was talking to grandma, but I was also talking to my mom. You just couldn't see her. But anyway, we are both still working on convincing her to be in a video. She's just a very private person, and it's not easy to put yourself out online in a video. It's not, and especially if you're not used to it. So I understand that she's hesitant about it, but if you guys loved grandma, you would love my mom too. She's my very best friend, and she is stunningly beautiful. So I hope that you guys get to meet her at some point. Anyway, long story short is thank you so much. I'm glad that you loved that video. I loved it too. Okay, I wanted to use this primer today. I got this during the Sephora sale in the Sephora Sparkly Clean set, I think is what it was called. And when I showed it in one of the Sephora videos, I didn't use it, but then I ended up using it when I didn't do like a get ready with me, and I used it with this House Labs foundation. I have not been that blown away by a primer ever. I'll show you right now. So I just took a little bit of it and I basically just kind of focused it right here, and then I brought a little bit on my chin, but I mainly focused it like right here in my T-zone, like on the side of my nose. And I saw the biggest difference in this House Labs foundation when I did this. And I think it's because The House Labs is not super dewy, but it does, to me, have a little bit of a radiant finish to it. At least on my skin it does. And I love that, so that doesn't bother me. But in this area, like right here, with foundations like that, sometimes I do feel like you can really, or I really notice my pores more. So I wanted to do this again today so you could see, but I was so impressed with this primer that on the last day of the Sephora sale, I ordered it, the full size. And that's saying a lot because I don't do that with primers ever. But I used this and I just loved how it looked under my foundation. So we're gonna do it again today so you can see. Before I go in with the House Labs, I'm gonna take a little bit of the honey color from NARS that I tried in that video and used it as a color corrector. You guys, I cannot get over this, and a few of you messaged me and were saying you couldn't believe it either, how well this worked as color corrector. Like, I almost feel like this works better than a product that's actually marketed as a color corrector. And a lot of you said the same thing. I don't know, but something about, I guess it's just the undertone of this concealer color. I think online it says this is a cool undertone, this color toffee. And I mean, it just works so well. And it's definitely a little bit dark for me for everyday for concealer, but I feel like this does even more than a lot of my color correctors, which is amazing. So let's use the House Labs foundation again. This is 160 neutral, and I wish you could feel this area of my face through the camera because it feels almost velvety, and it's from that primer. I'm telling you, like, I cannot believe that. So hopefully you'll be able to see when I put this foundation on. So this is 160 neutral, even though honestly I don't think it's neutral. I think it's still kind of leaning warm, but anyway. That was a whole pump. I keep forgetting. Honestly, I feel like you don't even need a whole pump of this for your whole face. So I'm just tapping this in, and then I'll try to get up a little bit closer so you can see the texture of it a little bit better. So there is the foundation blended in, but this area, I guess maybe it's obvious to me because when I tried this foundation initially, I did not use any primer. And I did think, especially after a while, it settled a little bit, like just in this area. It wore really well all day long, but I do think in this area where I have more visible pores, I noticed it a little bit more. So that's why I went in with that primer just to try it. And I really feel like it makes a difference. Let me just take my sponge and just kind of bounce over everything. I really like to do this in particular with this foundation. I just feel like it really helps it kind of blend in with the skin all the way. Okay, and then what I've also kind of fallen in love with is this NARS, again, Radiant Creamy Concealer, but in Creme Brulee. And I think maybe it's because this shade, I think they describe as light with cool peachy undertones, which I guess is why I like it under my eyes. And then this toffee shade, I want to say is medium with cool peachy undertones. So it's almost like the combo of the two under my eyes is what I really like, but I don't need very much of this at all because of that toffee underneath. So I just kind of put a little bit there. And then I still really like the Mattifying shade for my face. It just matches my face color the best. Can't believe I forgot. I really don't need that much coverage, to be honest. Yes, I can add a little bit here, but put a little bit right here. I'm gonna use my sponge around my nose. And then, let's see, I'll use my foundation brush on this area of my face. And then we'll do the concealer last. And then for the concealer, I've been using this BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy brush and just kind of pressing it in. Actually, I have a bunch of new BK Beauty brushes that they sent me. It's the new 9-piece extension line from like the original line of brushes. They did send those to me, so we'll use some of those today too. I want to use the Haus Labs powder. I've really been liking this in general, but especially with the Haus Labs foundation. This powder, I know I've said it a few times at this point, but this powder is so good. I'm very, very surprised. I didn't think it was going to be bad, but I also didn't think I was going to love it as much as I do. So this is the translucent shade, and I'm just going to pick some up. It is kind of messy, so that's the only thing, but basically just pick some up on this Sephora 55 brush, and I'm just gonna lightly kind of set my whole face with this because I want to use powder bronzer and blush today, so I want to make sure my face is kind of set more so than normal. Like, I don't even know if it will show on camera, but this powder blurs, and I am not kidding. I want to say this blurs maybe even more than the Givenchy powder that everyone loves, including me. But I don't know, something about this one, very good. We're gonna use this palette. I know I showed it in, I think, my second Sephora haul that I did, but I didn't use it in any of the Sephora trying new makeup videos, so I want to use it today. So I'm gonna go into this shade, which is the bronzer in the palette, and I have, like I was saying, some of the new BK Beauty brushes, and one of the new ones is this one. It's the 111, and I have them pulled up right here, and this is the dense bronzer brush. So it's kind of similar to their original bronzer brush, but it's smaller and just more dense, like it says. So I'm gonna try this in this bronzer. I don't know, I don't usually use something this small and dense for powder bronzer, but we're gonna just try it out. So I've never used this, so I'm gonna kind of get some on and then tap it off just a little bit. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. And I'm just adding this on my cheeks. I actually really like that bronzer. I wasn't sure. Like I said, I haven't tried this one, but I actually really like the color, and this brush is actually applying it really beautifully. I feel like if you have more of like a small face shape and a lot of brushes feel kind of too big for you, you might really like this bronzer brush. Anyway, so I wanted to talk to you about my December videos. So last year I did Blairmas, and I need to go back and check. I think I posted every day in December. I want to say that I did. Maybe I missed like one, but I really want to do that again. I have in the past, if you've been with my channel for a while, you may remember I think my first and my second Christmas on YouTube, I did 12 days of palettes. And the 12 days before Christmas, I did a video every day kind of featuring a new eyeshadow palette. Not necessarily new as in new launch, but just a different palette that I have in my collection. I did enjoy doing that, but I don't know. This year I haven't been as much about eyeshadow. I mean, there's definitely been a few palettes that I've liked, but I don't know. I'm not as into eyeshadow right now. So I'm thinking about just doing something different. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I do want to do some form of Vlogmas. Obviously on my channel it won't be all vlogs because I don't really do that, but I was thinking about just doing like a mixture, hopefully posting every single day. I say hopefully because posting every day is no joke. You guys, all of your favorite creators that post every day in December or any month, just know that they are really working their butt off to do that, especially if they don't have like an assistant or something and they're doing everything themselves. It is a lot of work. Anyway, I was thinking about just doing a video every day and doing half beauty, half, or maybe not half, but some vlogs thrown in there. I only have one camera, so a lot of YouTubers have a second vlogging camera. Not everybody, obviously, but a lot of people do. And ideally, at some point, I would love to get a second smaller camera so that I could do that more, because I can vlog on this camera that I use for these videos, but it's just kind of big and bulky and it's hard to move it around constantly. So at some point I would like to get a smaller little camera that would be a little bit easier to do that. But for now, this is what I have. So that's kind of what I was thinking for December. But if you have any requests, any ideas, whatever, let me know in the comments. So this palette has two really pretty blushes. One is a little more peachy and one is more of like a bright pink. I'm gonna just mix a little bit of both and just apply that on my cheeks. That's pretty. Those are way more pigmented than Hourglass's blushes typically are. Let's see, what else can I update you on? Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. You may have noticed, you probably didn't notice, but I've kind of been trying to post an extra video during the week. So like, I think the last 2 weeks I've posted 4 videos instead of 3. So I'm trying to do that for the rest of November to kind of warm up to December when I try to post every day, just to kind of get myself in that kind of zone. So typically, I think both of them so far have gone up on Sunday. I don't know when this video is going up, but if you've noticed that, yeah, I have been trying to upload a little bit more. I want to take a little bit of the highlight up here, and I'm going to use this little brush. This is from BK Beauty, the 112. It's a really small angled brush. It looks like a really tiny angled blush brush, but I think they just call it a cheek brush, but I'm going to use it for that highlight. And I'm just going to put that right here on the top of my cheekbone and then kind of blend it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to just take whatever is left on my nose, a little bit on my chin. And then I do want to set my face with setting spray before we move on, because I've been doing this a lot lately when I get to this step in my makeup, and I really like it. And I just use the Milk Hydro Grip. I'm going to fill in my brows quickly with my CoverGirl pencil that I just can't stop using in soft brown. Finished my brows, and then I did apply the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly on my eyes. And I think on my eyes today, I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury Color Chameleon in Amber Haze that I got during the Sephora sale, but I haven't used it yet. And let's use one of these new BK Beauty brushes. This is the 212. Looks like this. Kind of looks like the 202. a little bit smaller, I think. Maybe not smaller, just not as tapered as the 202. And I'm just gonna lightly apply this on my lid. Hopefully these are easy to blend because I've never used them before. And then I'm just gonna go back and forth over that and then just kind of blend it out and up just a little. I'm gonna add a little bit of bronzer in my crease too, but I'm gonna try to kind of feather this color up just a little bit. The same thing on the other eye. That's pretty. Definitely not as easy to blend out as like some other shadow sticks that I've tried. Definitely had to work with it a little bit more. It definitely kind of sticks down where you place it, but the color is pretty. Maybe I should have used that more as like an eyeliner. I'm gonna add a little bit more on this side. And I'm gonna switch to this smaller brush. This is also from BK Beauty. It's the 211. It's a really cute little blending brush. And I'm just gonna lightly kind of feather over that. And then I think the only other thing I want to do is I'm gonna take just a little bit of the bronzer in the Hourglass palette, and I'm gonna add that to the crease and kind of blend it out this way, since we have that bronzer on my face. And then I'm gonna take the highlight that we use from that palette, and I'm just gonna tap a little bit in the center of my lids. And then I think that's all for the eyes. I just kind of want to do something quick and easy. I'm going to take a little bit of the Makeup by Mario Perfect Brown pencil. I'm not sure if this is back in stock. I know it was supposed to be coming back soon, but I'm not sure if it is. I just curled my lashes, and I'm going to use L'Oreal Telescopic for mascara in black brown. But yes, please let me know if you have video requests for December, because I'm going to start filming ahead of time. I feel like the key to posting a video every day for a month is you have to start ahead of time, like start filming a week or 2 weeks if you can before the beginning of that month, so you don't get behind like right from the get-go, because that's when it gets kind of difficult. For lips, I want to do a combo that I've done a few times that I really liked. So I used the NYX Nude Truffle lip pencil, kind of more of a, I guess just a cooler toned nude, but it's really pretty. So that is Nude Truffle. And then I've been using this YSL lipstick that I wanted for the longest time, and I finally got it in the shade 44. And then on top of that, I've really been liking Fenty Gloss Balm in Fussy, and just kind of adding that in the center. And that's been the lip combo I've really been liking lately. And then I'm going to spray my face just one more time with the milk spray. Alright you guys, this is the end of the video and the finished look. I hope you enjoyed. I just, like I said, wanted to sit down and do my makeup and chat with you, so I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me. I will list and link everything below as always, and make sure to leave any requests, recommendations for videos in December in the comments. But thank you for watching. If you're not already, I hope you'll subscribe and follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. And I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you.